Well, I have another shoe review for you, and this is actually an updated version of a shoe that I have done, well, a review for in the past. So let's take a look at the updated version. Hey folks, welcome back to CampGeeks. Today I'm back with another shoe-related review, and I will put out right away that this is not a review of, hey, I just got these in the mail, I'm going to show you what I think of them. I have been using these for quite some time now. Like any shoe review, I like to put some time on it, but this was a little further than my typical 2 to 4 weeks of use prior to review, so I've actually had these longer than that. And I apologize, Lems, but things got out of hand. So that said, I've had a few months with the new Trailhead version 2. Now these are from Lems, which have done 2 reviews for our showcases for some of their products in the past here. This was their original Trailhead, which was the first shoe I ever actually reviewed for them. Still a shoe I use regularly. And then they brought out the version 2, and immediately I contacted and said, hey, I'd love to see the difference and showcase the difference and kind of give my thoughts and opinions on it. And like most companies, they were happy to oblige, but at the same time, I don't really have, I can say whatever I want on these. I can tell you that, no, the original was better versus whatever, it's all up to me. And I'm going to be, like I always am, very truthful and honest. I would say 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to grab the new one over the old one. I'll be honest about that. I like both shoes. I still do use these on occasion. They do have a little more support to them, to be honest, but most of the time I don't need that extra support. These tend to be a little more comfortable on your feet in most circumstances, other than when you need a little more support to them. So like if you're going to be on your feet standing, not moving so much all day, I actually think that the originals were a little bit better in that regard. But if you're going to be walking around up and down and all sorts of stuff, I think the new ones do a better job because they changed the foot box, similar to another shoe that I've reviewed, their Primal, which is a very, very lightweight, very, very wide toe box to it. They widened the toe box. It doesn't seem huge. It really doesn't. It is noticeable when you put them on. The other thing that you'll notice immediately, not just when you put them on, when you pick them up, these are lighter. From my calculations, when I've actually done some weight scale, put them on the scale itself, this comes out about 15% lighter than the original series. So I think the last time I just weighed it, this was sitting at about 11 ounces for one shoe. This was sitting at about 13 ounces for one shoe. Now that could be with some dirt and stuff from wearing them all the time, because these are my primary shoes. I've been focusing on using them almost exclusively back and forth to really get an idea how much I like the new one versus the old one. Because just because something new does not mean it's better. The flex, the old one has a lot of support in the shoe itself. And so if you're on very unstable ground, in my opinion, this does a really good job. This guy has a lot less rigidity to it and flexes substantially easier. It is no means as flexible as the Primals are, right? It is not going to do that. It still has a lot of support. So, but if I was to say the difference between these two, the original was a little stiffer, which in some regards, in some instances, turns out to be better. But of course, you're trying to make a shoe that works in more generalistic approach. I think this does a better job because it's a good combination of soft feel to it. The wider toe box just puts less pressure on your toes, lets you just kind of air out those toes a little bit more than the old one did, which kind of felt like a traditional trail shoe. The soles, the softness of the soles, I found to be very good. I've even, now that we're kind of running into winter, even though it's fall still, we've been getting a lot of early snows, and I've been using this, and good sticky sole to it, both on pavement situations and on trail situations. The same issue that I've been having with these, and this is not, I understand, this is not really a swipe at the shoe. This is what it is on a lot of shoes. If I don't double knot these turds, they like to untie. And that I've just kind of dealt to live with that. I've never been a double knotter in my whole life. But with these, and same with these, and but I don't have to with the primals, which is kind of weird, because they have this kind of a circular, or what do you lace, shoelace that doesn't really untie on its own as easily. These flat laces, I love them. They have that old school look to them, that retro look. But they love to untie themselves just by walking. And you don't really have to step on it. They will untie themselves every time. So, but once you start double knotting, that goes away. So my excuse on that regard. So I want to bring the camera in a little bit more so you can see it closer. And then we'll finish up. So that's the original Trailhead. And of course, I get the laces out of the way, right? And then this is the updated Trailhead. You can see that they've changed a few things, like the width of this piece here. That's cut is substantially smaller and different. It does not actually go all the way across on the inside side. There's a lot of small nuanced differences to it that they actually did for a purpose, to get more flexibility and stuff out of the newer model. Immediately when I took them out of the box, I knew they felt way lighter. I mean, and I'm not saying way lighter, I guess, but it definitely feels lighter. When you pick them up, you know which one's the lighter shoe. There's no doubt in that regard. And of course, when you flex them, you can see real quick that the new version flexes a lot more than the old version. It by no means is nearly as flexible as the primals, like I said before. But these are the exact same size shoe. You're not going to see a huge amount of width in terms of the shoe itself, but the toe box itself is cut differently in that you do get more space inside the shoe itself. So that flexibility and increase in inside, you just get, in my opinion, it's just a little more comfortable than the older one. And I loved the older one, and I still use them, and I will still continue to use them, to be honest. But that is the differences really in them, and you can kind of tell I've used. Well, even by looking at the inside, you can tell that I've used these guys a bit, but I've used these even more. But I've had these longer. So, and I will say that the soles, even as long as I've had these, they're still wearing very well. So that also speaks to good things about this, the outer sole that they use, because I've had this for well, probably coming up on a year now. So yeah, I really, really like the Lems shoes. They feel good, they fit good, they are comfortable. So I didn't want to direct this just as a comparison video, but I really wanted to stress what's the differences between them two. And if you're looking at a shoe, and specifically if you're looking at Lems shoes, there's a lot of options out there. They have quite a few options. These are just two, or actually they don't even offer this one anymore, right? These are two of different options. And the Trailhead versus the Primal, this is the Trailhead 2 versus the Primal 2. They're substantially different shoe, and the old Trailhead was obviously a little bit different even than this guy is, but they're still directed at the same approach. If you're looking between the Primal and you're looking between and the Trailhead, the Primal's really your flexible, great around base camp kind of shoe. Very comfortable if you're kind of looking for that, just going out shopping and stuff, but you're not really doing a ton of walking. Not nearly as supportive as this guy is. And if you're on your feet all day, definitely probably not the shoe I would want to be in, especially if I'm on a hard surface floor. Because this will put all of that pressure basically right into you. They are an all-day shoe, and I've worn them all day, but I was kind of, if you're up and down and doing all sorts of stuff, they are fantastic, because as soon as you sit down, you kind of spread your toes out a little bit and crinkle them up, and they are the widest toe box that they offer. But if you're kind of looking for a traditional supportive type shoe, a trail shoe, the Trailhead version 2, fantastic shoe. I want to say thank you very much to Lems for allowing me to check out this guy. And like I said, I didn't want this to be just about a comparison video, but I did want to stress that I think they did a service to this shoe by updating it and changing it the ways that they did. That was kind of the overall theme I wanted this to kind of come out to be. And you know, I've taken a lot of time this time to really dive into both these shoes to see what I liked and what I didn't like about them. And while you lose a little bit of extra support, you gain in so many other areas that I really like the Trailhead 2. And I think more than anything, and I think I said this before when I had the Trailheads, subconsciously, if you're going somewhere and you're just grabbing a pair of shoes, and if you have several choices, and you're not really paying attention to which choice you pick, right, by color. Of course, these are different colors. But you're just throwing on some shoes based on what you want to wear. That kind of tells you, oh, what's the most comfortable to me? And the Trailhead version 2 is the shoe that I grab probably 70% of the time now. They fit my lifestyle better than the other shoes do. And yeah, and I think they're more comfortable than the originals. So awesome job, Lems. You did, keep it up. Please keep it up. I'm looking forward to hopefully continuing trying out more of their shoes, because so far with these three, I am nothing short of impressed. And I think I've kind of pushed that out there, at least that feeling. They don't pay me to do these. They did supply me the shoes, and I'm glad to take a peek at them and showcase them to you. But no, I don't accept money or anything. Same with the links. I'm not an affiliate, so I will put links down below. Head over to Lems, check them out, see what you think. I don't think you'll be unimpressed. I don't think you'd be dissatisfied if you tried a pair for yourself. So thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll catch you back here for another future review. Now make sure you hit thumbs up, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All right, see you soon.